Hello everybody, I'm Luck, and today I'm going to be discussing the first season of Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is a very loved anime, but I have to be honest, this is gonna be a very controversial opinion maybe, but I really dislike the first season of Demon Slayer. And when I say really, I mean really. I think the first season of Demon Slayer is some of the worst anime out there. Now, before you go crucifying me, the second season is peak anime, and I'm going to be making a video about it, why I enjoy it so much, but the first season just isn't there yet. Let's start with the story. Now, it's extremely generic and extremely predictable. And I get it, it's a shonen, it doesn't need to be that deep, and I agree. But I still see it as a problem, and pairing this with all the other problems I have with the series really just piles on how much I dislike the first season. It's some of the best animation in anime. The soundtrack, that's also amazing. Demon Slayer is one of the best soundtracks just in general. But that doesn't change that it has some things I still really dislike. Like, for example, the characters. Demon Slayer has some of the most hateable characters in anime, I'm just going to be honest. I really dislike Zenitsu, he almost made me drop the anime. He just cries and is so annoying. He's up there with my most hated characters. He's next to Gabi from Attack on Titan and Spam them from One Piece. That's how bad he is. Every time he's on screen, I just wanna punch him. He's so incredibly annoying, and I get that he's supposed to be cool when he's sleeping, but I'd much rather just not have him be in the anime if I'm gonna be honest. Now, I haven't read the manga. He might become a cooler character, a more enjoyable character, a less just hateable character, but at this moment, I hate him so much. There's also a problem surrounding the main character, Tanjiro. He's really bland, and a lot of people has already made videos about this and talked about this. But his whole family dies, gets killed by a demon. He didn't even know demons existed. His sister is now a demon, and he's still just a go-lucky, happy dude who wants to do the right thing. Nah, I don't buy it. I want more. Come on, at least have a bit of trauma. Be angry. It just makes him such an unrealistic character, and I don't like it. I don't like him. But I also don't hate him. He's not a Zenitsu, so I'm okay with it still. He's just your basic isekai protagonist, and I'm okay with it. It isn't close to being the biggest problem with the anime, and therefore I can stand it. There's bigger problems. Zenitsu, kill yourself. You get what I'm saying? But now we come to the thing I hate the most about Demon Slayer, and it's simply the villains, or with other words, the demons. Rui, being the final boss, the final big villain we see him sees get killed in Demon Slayer Season 1, is just such a disappointment. I didn't like him at all. His whole family stick was boring, and his backstory was also boring. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Wah, I don't. You can have a hateable villain, and that makes a villain good in my opinion. You can have a lovable villain, and that makes a villain good in my opinion. But a bland villain, and as the final villain in the season, like the final big guy, is just not good. I just don't like it. I just wish there was a villain in the first season that I actually felt some sort of emotion towards. Rui just didn't feel threatening to me. I didn't see him as a threat. His blood demon arc was low-key cool, I guess, but him as a character was so incredibly bland. He didn't even have a personality. He was just, I like family. Like, I honestly, not as a joke even, feel like the hand demon was a better villain. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But he was hateable because he killed all the students, and he kind of felt threatening because we knew that he ate more demons than a demon should have on the mountain, and he was therefore stronger than anyone else. He was a strong demon, and therefore he was threatening. It was one of the first demons Tanjiro had to slay also. So I kind of felt threatening, I kind of felt a bit worried, while Rui was just bland. I wish there was more to his character. And Rui isn't the only one. I feel like a lot of the demons, maybe even every demon in the first season, are just really not that interesting. The swap demon had a cool power, sure, but that's pretty much everything he had going for him. The chick that threw balls was like, cool, I guess. The arrow guy had an interesting power, but I never really felt that threatened. Like, I don't even remember their names, and I get it, they're throwaway demons, throwaway villains, but that's the problem. All the demons in Demon Slayer Season 1 feel like they're just throwaway. the drum demon had a cool power, and he actually had some build up, being the former lower rank 6 demon at all. But he just wasn't strong, and I definitely didn't feel threatened from him. Like, no wonder you didn't stay lower rank 6. Like, you make a room spin around. Cool power, but not a threatening one. So with all this said, I think I have explained at least a bit why I don't like the first season of Demon Slayer. Now don't worry, as I said, I will make a part 2 talking about the second season, which I love. I legitimately think it's peak anime, and it fixes a lot of the problems with the first season. And the first season still isn't extremely terrible, because we at least have Inosuke and Tanjiro, and they have an interesting dynamic, and that's fun, I guess, but it isn't enough to save the whole anime, sadly. Well, that's my opinion on the first season of Demon Slayer. If you disagree, then that's totally fine. I'd love to hear your opinions down in the comments below. This is the first ever YouTube video I make, so it might not actually be that well made or good. This is the first time I ever edit something, so if you have any tips on that front, I'll love to hear them too. And thank you so much for watching.